Nathan Aspinall. Kicks off 180. Well, he was hitting some 180s yesterday. And it appears he's doing the same again. James Wilson, very capable, though. He'll be making his debut at the World Match Play in Blackpool at the end of this month. It is Blackpool, of course, that holds a special place in James Wilson's heart because it's the town where he won the World Trophy back in his BDO days. It wasn't at the Winter Gardens, but hang on. Oh, 5 perfect darts for Nathan Aspinall. Couldn't leave himself 1-4-1 for the 9-darter, but an electric start from the Asp. Just seen one player with a snake nickname, the Black Cobra, come through against Wayne Jones in the filthiest of circumstances. Desvan, bull finish after surviving 3 match darts. He only had to use the bullseye because he'd missed the big number with his first dart. Nathan Aspinall leaves himself 51. And James Wilson absolutely nowhere in this leg. He's only thrown 6 darts, to be fair. Aspinall should have a dart at either tops or double 16 for an 11-dart leg to start. And you can't really ask for much more than that in your opening leg. Yep, it's tops. And there it is. What a start this is from Nathan Aspinall. 11-dart leg finished on double top. And James Wilson, the seeded player, well, he might have a real game on his hands here.
$95. $45.
Wilson looking for his first max.
121.
1-2-1 will have to do for Jammy Dodger.
$42.
James Wilson is best stuff in the PDC. He was played at the back end of last year. It also coincided with his run at the European Championship. But there have been signs just lately
85.
that he may be about to recreate that sort of form. He had a quarter-final in Gibraltar, the European Tour event there. He had a semi-final in Milton Keynes on the Pro Tour.
43.
All valuable money for catapulting himself up the rankings to secure his Blackpool debut.
$58.
Just the 58. Aspinall can't leave a finish.
140.
But that puts him a little bit closer towards one. This is action from board 10, the other board semi-final. We'll see Wes Newton, a man who knocked out Kyle Anderson in his opening game. Kyle Anderson, one of the seeded players, and a man who, well, he had a dart to beat the eventual champion, Darren Webster, in the semi-finals. Didn't take it, and Webster got over the line. But Wes Newton beat Anderson 6-3 as Aspinall, again, just missing out on a 180. But he's right back in this leg, Nathan Aspinall. Double top. Great finish from James Wilson there. Treble 20 double top, made to look absolutely simple by the Lethal Biscuit.
135.
But Aspinall continues to terrorise that treble 20 bed. Yeah, Devon Peterson will be Wes Newton's opponent in the other board semi-final. That game will follow this one. Devon Peterson, a 6-3 winner over Jim Brown, new tour card holder. Jim Brown, he's found life very tough in the PDC, it's fair to say, in his first year.
58.
But it took James Wilson quite a while to find his feet in the PDC. I mean, he came over at the start of 2015. And, in fact, he actually played Nathan Aspinall in Q School. He won that game 5-2, securing his tour card. But it did not just suddenly all
100.
happen for James Wilson. We knew he was a good player. We knew he'd be a competitor, but it took him a few months to make his first quarter-final. But that was
98.
sort of in isolation. There weren't, it wasn't followed by lots and lots of other runs deep into tournaments. It took him until the back end of 2016 to start putting performances together back to back to back. And it was 3 tournaments in a row where he made the semi. Started to really deliver on his potential. And he's talked, James Wilson, about how he realised pretty quickly that in the PDC, you couldn't stop concentrating at any point because the standard you were coming up against was like nothing he'd ever experienced before.
140.
Ton 40 for Aspinall, leaves him double 4. 2 holds of throw so far. Looks like we're going to see another one, but this would put the cat among the pigeons, wouldn't it? Well, he's trying to hit the 180 to leave double 2. Aspinall hit the 140 to leave double 4, and he's ended up double 2. Still double 2, and that's awkward.
4.
Yeah, and he's careered into that dart, and it means that James Wilson has come from a long way back. Should get 2 darts for the leg, and it may well be a break of throw, the first one in this match, and Wilson to go into the lead. The Huddersfield man, double 16. Still double 16.
Game
there
shot.
It is, and Wilson does get the break of throw that puts him 2-1 up. James Wilson, he's recently changed his darts. They're quite similar to his old ones. There's just a little few changes here and there, but he was actually given a set of darts as a sort of interim, and he actually got quite used to them. He started winning games with them. I don't think he wanted to change them. He has now made the switch, I think.
140.
Seemed to be going well. He is a player who throws in a very particular way, gets a lot of strange bounce outs. But look at Aspinall again on the treble 20.
140.
Grimace from the Stockport man at not being able to fill it up. James Wilson, a contestant on Bullseye back in the day, went
60.
on with his mum. It's nice, isn't it? And they won. They won a trip to the Caribbean, or I think it was Jamaica.
97.
But he just got back from a holiday in Jamaica. So they traded it in, and he went on holiday with all his mates to Greece instead. Nice life for some, isn't it? Not sure what else they won. I think they won like a sort of like a typewriter or something like that. Something that he will have had no use for whatsoever. Possibly like a padded blouson.
140.
Again, Aspinall, the first 2 darts into the 60. And again, he can't quite find another 180. He did hit one in the very first visit of this match, but he's still searching for more.
'96.
1-2-4 for Aspinall. To break straight back. Bullseye he wants.
99.
How often are we seeing Nathan Aspinall with his final dart just missing the target he's going for? Keeps doing it and going for the 180s. He's just done it there for the 1-2-4 checkout. Wilson is looking at a 105. Could start on the ball. But he's gone the 20s route. Now, is it 15s or 19s? He's gone 15s. He wanted to leave double top. He couldn't find it. Now he hits the bullseye. Double 8. Double 4.
Game shot.
And this time, the last dart is what comes to Nathan Aspinall's rescue. Break straight back, 2 apiece. Nathan Aspinall. Won on the development tour a couple of years back. Won one of those tour events. Made it all the way to the World Youth Final before
60.
being beaten in that final. It was, of course, Max Hopp who overcame Aspinall to claim the World Youth crown. Germany's #1, Max Hopp. But back on the Challenge Tour now, having lost his tour card at the
140.
back end of the year, and is a winner on the Challenge Tour. He won in May, sort of mid-May. Nathan Aspinall claiming the title, beating
60.
the Irish-based Polish player Radoslaw Sagański. 5-1 in the final. He also beat former World Championship finalist Mark Dudbridge. Beat Wayne Jones, whom we've just seen managed to lose, missed 3-match darts against Jeffrey Desvan
100.
before Desvan somehow found a 72 check out on the bullseye in the filthiest of circumstances. Now then, Nathan. Oh, he's done it again. Keeps on doing it. Nathan Aspinall, 60-60, and can't quite fill it up. Yeah, great visit there. Ton 40, ton 40. James Wilson giving himself a chance of making it a third break of throw in a row in this game.
97.
Treble 20 will be the first start. At least he'll aim. Oh, he won't be aiming at the skinny one, but that's where it's gone.
41.
Just the 41, 80 remain. Nathan Aspinall, 144. He's got options here. He goes the treble 20 route, which is a standard one. He couldn't find his way through.
96.
48. It's easier than 80, but will Aspinall get a crack at it? 20 for tops. Hit tops in the second leg, did James Wilson. But
40.
Can't hit it in the fifth, not on this occasion anyway. Nathan Aspinall, 48 check out. 16s or 8s. Take your pick, Nathan. It's 8s for tops.
Game shot.
And tops is hit. 3-2 to Aspinall.
$100. $83. $57.
James Wilson, a first-round
44.
casualty yesterday, but he did come through qualifying for the latest European Tour event on the Friday night. He beat Steve Hine, the Muffin Man, and Scott Taylor, and he only dropped 2 legs. It was Dave Pallett who saw him off in a deciding leg in the first round yesterday. This is for a max. Not
140.
quite. Now then, Nathan, come on. There it is, finally. He's been threatening to do that for so long, ever since the first visit of this game when Nathan Aspinall piled in a maximum. Repeatedly, he'd gone 60-60 and missed the last dart, but he does finally produce a second 180, and Wilson may chuck one back at him. Of course he does. This is proper darts. A first 180 for James Wilson.
$44.
That's the 44. That is not proper darts. 24 is all Wilson needs. Well, 3 darts missed by James Wilson. Probably not going to be a major issue. Probably not. He shakes his head, he watches, and he watches that double 15 right on the wire from Nathan Aspinall, nearly stealing that leg away, and it would have been the first time in this match that we'd seen a 2-leg advantage opened up. Very, very nearly pulling out a monster checkout, Nathan Aspinall. Although Wilson is making this double 6 look like an absolute beast as well, because he's not really getting near it. But he does with the last start. He hits it. We've got a level game at 3-all. Last start saviour for the jammy dodger.
$60. $180.
Another maximum for James Wilson, his second of this game. 2 apiece now, although Aspinall, to be honest, has been looking likely to hit a number more than that, but he's only gone 60-60 at the start of this leg. And Wilson's in there. And again, he's looking downstairs. Can't find the treble 19. 5 perfect darts from James Wilson.
$54.
Aspinall very nearly produced the break of throw that he needed in that last leg with what would have been a magical check out of 150.
140.
But he missed the double 15, and this leg, nothing has happened for him. That's the first treble he's hit in this leg.
100.
But Wilson, for an 11 darter. 10 or 6 or 2. It's 10 for double 16. Two darts missed, but not the end of the world for James Wilson, because he knows he will be back. Aspinall, well, he's hitting the trebles now. And typical. He fires in a 180. It is his third. Been threatened to do this all match a number of times more than he has. But that one, although it applies the pressure, it may not really be worth much, and it isn't, because the very next dart, James Wilson takes out the double 16. He does get a breaker throw. He does go 4-3 up, and Wilson throwing for 5-3 now. A hold of throw here for the Yorkshireman. And Aspinall, the man from Stockport, is going to have to win 3 legs on the spin. He has not managed to do that in this game so far.
98.
It's got a similar kind of feel to it as the game that Aspinall played with Stephen Bunting yesterday. It was good, it was strong stuff. Both guys played some really good stuff at times. And Aspinall always looked likely to fire in some big scores against Bunting. Hit a few 180s in that one. He's hit 3 in this game here today. But just always at a crucial moment in the game, something's gone wrong. He's had a poor score. His opponent has taken out something that really hurts him. In the game against Stephen Bunting yesterday, he was absolutely flying in the scoring stakes, but still found himself 3-1 and then 4-1 down.
100.
And even though he's looked more likely to pile in a big score against James Wilson in a lot of visits, a lot of legs so far,
140.
still not quite been enough, because there's been too many scores of 58 and 60 in there as well. See a bit of grit and determination. And Nathan Aspinall yesterday was doing laps of the table at the back. Today he seems a little less fidgety, but he does seem quite fired up.
$45.
Six for tops. Well, he's hit the treble. That leaves him the Mensor. Double 14.
28 left. Yeah.
And he hits it. Well, lethal biscuit. Lethal on double 14. Takes out 106, and it puts him 5-3 up. And job done in that leg for James Wilson. He has put Nathan Aspinall in the position where he needs to win 3 legs on the spin, something he has not done in this game. Wilson nearly there. Nearly in the board final. Now I'm getting word from elsewhere that Johnny Clayton, the Ferret, a man who was the main contender to knock Justin Pipe out of the qualification places for Blackpool, may have just been knocked out of the tournament, and indeed he has. Had confirmation now that Scott Taylor has beaten Johnny Clayton. Scott Taylor winning it 6-2. Clayton knew he had to at least make the board final at the start of the day, but with Justin Pipe winning his opening game, he needed to do more than that, and he has not managed it. Johnny Clayton will not be at the World Match Play at the end of the month. No Clayton, no Ronnie Hybrex, no Chris Dobie, who came here this weekend in the final qualification place. There are still a couple of players who could sneak in, but they would have to go on and make the final or win this tournament. Justin Pipe looks safer and safer and safer for his spot at the World Match Play in Blackpool. Ton for Aspinall. Leaves him 64. Wilson knows even a ton would apply some pressure. He's just taken out a check out of 106. 104 would not terrify him, but it might terrify Aspinall. Oh, that is the first time we have seen James Wilson have one of those bounce outs. It's a problem that he has periodically, but double 8 for Nathan Aspinall. There it is, 64 check out from Nathan Aspinall, a 15 dart leg of the 3 legs he needs. But this is the crucial leg, the one where Wilson is throwing first. And just a word on that bounce out. He is a player that has these weird bounce outs, James Wilson. You're not quite sure what's causing it.
100.
Must be something in the way he's throwing, but we hadn't seen that happen at all in this game. Sometimes he has it happen a number of times in a match. Now then, Aspinall. It's happened again. He must be getting so frustrated. He's at 3 180s, but he could have had twice that number, maybe even more. Bit of a loose one there for Wilson.
62.
And another loose one. And you saw the pause there. It suddenly dawned on him how much that could hurt him. And it is hurting him. Surely this is a max.
140.
Or back-to-back ton 40s. Nathan Aspinall. Fantastic effort from the young man. 5-3 down. Through a 15 darter. Kicks off back-to-back ton 40s on the Wilson throw. And it looks like it may well be enough to help him get down to a finish first. Because he's in there again. This phenomenal leg of darts from Aspinall.
140.
This time he misses high with the last dart. Nathan Aspinall is like Michael van Gerwen with his first 2 scoring darts. His last one, well, like me. Actually, he's not. He's near the treble 20. But it's not quite finding its way through. That ton 40, valuable for Wilson to get to a finish. But this is out of his hands right now. He has to go 12 bull. Bullseye.
56.
He has missed a dart at bullseye to take us to a deciding leg. However, Nathan Aspinall probably thinks he's coming back. And he is coming back. And Aspinall would have the throw in the deciding leg. This 25 checkout is what stands between Nathan Aspinall becoming favourite for this match. Moves the wire, double 4. And there it is. The last dart again on double 4 saves him. It's been a strange old game, this one, Nathan Aspinall. His last dart when he's trying to pile in the 180s is letting him down consistently. But the last dart on double 4 has saved him a couple of times for crucial checkouts. And it has bought him this opportunity. Last leg decider with the number 15 seed, James Wilson. Can he make the most of having the throw first? Well, this time he goes down to the 19s, and it's the same result as he goes 60-60, single number.
123. 85.
101 points clear, Nathan Aspinall. But it could be wiped out. It is wiped out. Wilson gets his nose in front. He's a player who does switch to the treble 18 on a regular basis, James Wilson, more so than most other players who look down at the treble 19s. I think part of the reason is he's so reliable on it. Aspinall not quite down to a finish. Wilson. This is anyone's. He's only 50 points behind. Advantage, Aspinall. Just the 60, and that hurts. That really hurts. It hurts a lot more if Wilson piles in a couple of trebles. Again, the treble 18 comes to his rescue.
92.
Halves his score. 92 scored. 92 remain. 134 for Nathan Aspinall. He was looking at 2 treble 17s for double 16, but he's not going to do that. Is that in the treble? It looks like it is.
66 left.
66 left. Either ball or treble 10 would be the standard route. It is treble 10, and he sets it up marvellously. Nathan Aspinall is on double 18 for the match, but he may not get a go at it. James Wilson, treble 20 for double 16, or he could look at the bullseye first. Oh my word, it's still on, but he needs treble 17 right now. And he does not get it. And Nathan Aspinall gets 3 match darts. He was 5-3 down to the number 15 seed. But Nathan Aspinall, for a place in the board final, double 9 he wants, cannot afford to miss inside. And he pins it last dart, and look what that means to Nathan Aspinall. He overcomes the Yorkshireman, the Stockport lad, through to the board final. He will take on either Wes Newton or Devon Peterson for a place in the last 16 of Players' Championship 16, live from the Barnsley Metrodome. We're going to see Newton versus Peterson in just a few moments' time.